Yeah, more like it's a doctrine, what rather than you're not allowed to question it kind of thing. That's kind of why I was always towards just Buddhism, even though a lot of the things are the same on a spiritual level. Like there are spiritual Christians who have like very open minded towards like the nature of reality that would be almost synonymous with Buddhism. But at the heart of it, Buddha is always like, hey, don't listen to me type mentality. And that's always been more attractive to me. But recently, and it is funny over these times, and all of a sudden these liberal views have just been pushed into conservative, I find myself with more conservatives than I ever have in my life. And I guess um I'm trying to, I call it like a coalition almost. Like I'm like, hey, what, like, okay, hey, like I fundamentally there are some differences that in the past I was like really like I had a negative perspective on these things, but I'm like right now I feel closer to these like they're more the people that are in line with me on this. We're talking about like, if shit goes down, this is more the people that are more in line with me. So I'm wondering about you. I know we've had discussions in, when you first met me, of course I was philosophy major and stuff, and we got into different discussions and stuff. But I'm wondering, I don't know, I don't think you had, I don't know, like God, I don't know if I see you more. I would have, if I had to guess, I'd guess you more of a agnostic type thing, maybe something, but I actually don't know. So I'm wondering if you're willing to dive in, give me a little bit of
Yeah.
your perspective on God, and has it changed, and is there anything that
No, actually, that's I like that the conversation is just one here because maybe we can help each other work this out a little bit because I have the exact same sentiment as you. So exactly, and this is somewhat of a new perspective, and it's been shifting a lot lately with just how the world is and how everything is. So like, I think to take it back at first. So as a kid, distinctive like there's certain things that you remember, like your parents saying and whatever, like so when we grew up, like we never went to church. A lot of my friends did. I did a couple times when I spent the night at the kid's house or something, but like we didn't go to church. Nobody in my family went to church. Like nobody. Not my aunts, not my mom, not my dad, not my grandma, like nobody. And I remember distinctively my mom saying, we used to go to church when I was a kid, but I went to college and learned better. So in my mind as a kid, if you go to church and you believe in God or whatever, you're dumb. So that's what that statement said to me. So like, so I remember like, and same thing for years, I thought of it as like, okay, you guys are just like following along. You guys are just like doing this, like having faith in this like thing that you can't see, and the Bible stories are ridiculous, and like just so much just sounded absurd. And I just thought of myself as like too smart for that, like it basically it's just as something that's like that's silly. But I always also along the way I always had a lot of like I've had really good friends that were amazing people that were Christian and that like I respected deeply, and I really appreciated kind of like who they were and their standards and everything, but still never like could wrap my head around like being in some kind of organized religion. But I think, but same thing, as things have gotten like further and further away, as there's like no objective truth anymore,